Varane and Amrabat reportedly could be leaving Manchester United in 2024. Amrabat being signed on a permanent is unlikely, and reportedly both players are unhappy. Have they fallen out with the club, or are they the new media scapegoat? We've got a big positive boost in regards to the takeover, big positive story coming in. Ornstein's also given a big takeover update on what's going on with Ratcliffe, the situation, why there are delays, what's going to happen. And again, Ornstein's update really positive. Glazers going to go. Transfer news about Man United signing Everton centre-back Jared Branthwaite. A lot of negative reactions to that, but I think it's a good signing, and people forgetting that this is a left centre-back option, not a right centre-back option, so that won't impact our run for Todibo more. And another injury blow. We've told Hoyland might not make Everton. Apparently, Pellistri's injured and more. But let's get into the latest news. What is the reports on the clear-out? So first story came out saying that Galatasaray interested in Altay Bayindir. I don't think Man United are going to get rid of Bayindir anytime soon because Onana's going to AFCON. Bayindir has been really good for Turkey. United might need a goalkeeper. Don't read too much into that. Bayindir is here until the summer. And apparently, there's a lot of positive briefing on Bayindir and how good he's been. Played for Turkey in the international rate, looking solid. But Fiorentina news is saying it is very likely that Amrabat will not join Man United on a permanent transfer. Fiorentina are not even thinking about his return. It's more likely that he'll sign for another club next summer. Reports coming out that Amrabat already won't stay at Man United. And Amrabat's been at United. He played a few games. He looked really good. Then he played a few games and looked iffy. And then he's not really played, and McTominay's playing over him. Amrabat is a better player than McTominay. Amrabat hasn't had a run of games. He was injured at the start of the season. He was played out of position. People are writing off Amrabat, saying he's crap, saying he's a flop. He's played about 5 games. I think he's played the equivalent to 5 full 90s, and in 2 of them he was really good, and the 3 of them he was meh. I don't know how you can just go and say, yeah, Amrabat's a flop, Amrabat's crap. He needs a run of games, and Ten Hag isn't giving him that. Maybe Ten Hag doesn't trust him. I don't know what it is, but I genuinely believe he's a better player than McTominay. That first game he played at left back, he was everywhere. The second game he played, he was good. He needs a run of games. He needs time in his legs. He just needs some running in his legs. I think that Amrabat's becoming this new media scapegoat, like he's this big problem. He came injured. Then he played out of position, then he was benched. I'm not writing off Amrabat. It's not been particularly impressive, but either is Mount. They've not played at. I will not write off Amrabat. I will not write off Mount when Ten Hag begged for them and he's not playing them. It was also said that Manchester United are aware that Rafael Varane is unhappy with his situation and he would receive the green light in January, but United want to sell him. A loan is not an option. The price valuation is 20 to 30 million euros, and Bayern Munich are monitoring the situation. Look, I love Varane. I think Varane's the best centre-back. I think Varane's massively underrated by the fan base. But if Varane's not happy in the situation with Ten Hag, considering he's 30 million, cash in, bish, bash, bosh, invest on another centre-back. But Varane and Amrabat, I feel like are becoming these media scapegoats. I don't know why. I don't think Varane and Amrabat are the players causing an issue. Maybe Varane's not happy at the moment because he just doesn't understand why Johnny Evans is playing over him, which I get to an extent, but if he's not happy and he's going to be unprofessional, move him on. I don't think Varane's the type to be unprofessional, but he's 30. If he's not happy, if he's not in Ten Hag's long-term plans, move him on, replace him with someone younger. I love Varane. I think he's underrated by the Man United fan base, but if a player's unhappy, move them on from United. But I do feel like Varane and Amrabat are becoming this media scapegoat for excuses when I don't think that they're the problem. Maybe they're unhappy. I don't know. I don't think Amrabat is particularly unhappy. He's barely been here. He's barely played. But I feel like the problems at United are deeper. Sancho is an actual issue. Okay? Sancho is an issue. But I think other players, they're looking for this sort of media scapegoat, Varane this, Varane that. Look, if Varane was a problem, Ten Hag wouldn't even have him near the squad, like he did with Ronaldo, like he did with Sancho. Move on Varane, move on Amrabat, move on whoever you want to move on, Ten Hag, whoever's causing you issue, move them on, replace them with someone younger. Fair, do your thing. But I do feel like the media is sort of, I don't know, maybe that's just me. I feel like we're writing off Amrabat too quickly. I think Varane could get back in the lineup and play a lot. He was our best player until we got injured. But he's injury prone, is 30. I understand if Ten Hag wants to move him on, but I'm not going to waste too much more time on that. I do want to get into some positive news, and that was said by Miguel Delaney that Sir Jim Ratcliffe's football staff will not have to run major decisions past the Glazers, as has been the case for the last decade. Basically, they're saying, look, Ratcliffe's going to come in with Mitchell and Blanc and all of that, and they're not going to have to run decisions past the Glazers. They're actually going to be able to do what they want to do. Hopefully that's the case. Believe it when I see it. I still don't believe that Joel Glazer's going to give up control like this and that. As I said, believe it when I see it. But they are saying, Man United aren't going to need to run major decisions past the Glazers. La-di-da, they can get on with their thing. That's massive. If that is the case, if that is true, believe it when I see it. As I said, just don't trust these Glazers want full sale ASAP. Don't trust them. But if Blanc and Mitchell can come in and actually have the control to do the changes they want to change, and we can actually spend money in January instead of this no value in the market BS, or we have no money in January unless we sell BS and FFP BS. Brilliant. But again, believe it when I see it. But the Muppeteers then said sporting control wouldn't be sporting control if someone else has to approve all your decisions. You wouldn't say you have sporting control of your money if you had to ask permission from someone else to buy coffee. You can watch some videos I put out a few weeks ago for an explanation, said the Muppeteers. They're going to say, look, trust me, they're going to get sporting control on all of that as well. So hopefully that is the case and Jim Ratcliffe gets sporting control, because I've always said with the takeover, Paul Mitchell and Blanc coming in is good. It's a positive. It's a step in the right decision. But I still feel uncomfortable with this takeover with Joel Glazer being there, because I still feel like ultimately he's going to have the final say. He's going to have some kind of power. I want those Glazer parasites gone. But hopefully by full sporting control, they mean full sporting control. But again, you just have to believe it when you see it. The Glazers could give Jim false promises. I don't trust the Glazers. I don't trust this 25% deal just yet. But trying to be positive. Ornstein did say some similar things as well on a more positive note. He spoke about, will Jim Ratcliffe have a route to majority ownership? Because the most important thing about this takeover, said Jim Ratcliffe, is that the Glazer parasites leave and we do get a full sale essentially. And Ornstein said this: I assume he wouldn't be coming in with 25% of sporting control as the end goal. That makes me think there will be some sort of roadmap of sorts, but if so, I'm not sure if that will be formal or not at this stage. The complexity and time it's taking to finalise the initial deal suggests any further steps will take way longer to put in place. Perhaps there's a framework of sorts, but I wouldn't expect to hear anything formal on that for the time being. And remember, United are listed on the New York Stock Exchange, so anything of this nature would need to be notified there first. That said, it's something I'm certain Ratcliffe will be asked about if he speaks, when he speaks publicly. The announcement about Ratcliffe's 25% stake in Man United will be next week at the earliest. Everything's on track. It's a matter of when, rather if. A lot of rumours, speculation, people online saying, Qatar are going to come back in, Qatar are going to come back in. I want Qatar to come back in, bish, bash, bosh, full sale, get these Glazers out. I want that to happen. It's not going to happen. But Ornstein's saying, I'm assuming soon that Ratcliffe will have full control. And the most important thing now is with the takeover, I want to know how long until those Glazer parasites are gone. Ratcliffe comes in. I want to know how long till we get full control, how long till the Glazer parasites are gone. That's what I want to know. Because I think Ratcliffe can be a good owner. Ineos have got a lot of money. He's got the money to own United. Obviously, he's not got Qatar level money, but we're such a big club that we don't need Qatar level money to be successful. We just need an owner with a certain amount of money that wants to invest and wants to make this club do well on the pitch and is prioritising on the pitch success rather than financial success, and employs the right people to do it, which I believe Ratcliffe can do. But I don't think he can do much until those Glazers are gone. So we've got to hope those Glazer parasites have left, and it's got to be a full sale. If Ratcliffe is here and we're hearing, no, there's no full sale, we just want 25%, I'm thinking, Ratcliffe, you liar. You claim you're a Man United fan, but you're working with the Glazers, you're only buying 25%. But it would be silly for Ratcliffe to come in and only want 25%. It makes absolutely no sense. I'm positive that Ratcliffe will buy out the Glazers, will implement the right system in place, and things will really step up at United and get better. Now, I want to talk about this report by Dean Jones Soccer saying that Manchester United have made Everton's Jarrett Branthwaite their top centre-back for 2024. There's a lot of negative reactions to this. A lot of people saying, why, he's crap, he's rubbish. A lot of this stuff going around, and I think he's a good centre-back. And I think there's a negative reaction to this, but he's one of the best young centre-backs in Europe. And this doesn't impact Todibo or Antonio Silva. This is a left centre-back. Todibo or Antonio Silva will be that right centre-back. This guy or Nacio will be that left centre-back. So, if we get him, we can also get Todibo. People are thinking, we're going to make him our number one centre-back signing. What about Todibo? We can get both, because one's for the right side, one's for the left side. And I think that this is a player that I've seen a lot of negative reaction to this, but I think Everton might have to sell in January. He's a great young player excelling in an Everton side. I'm not sure if he particularly partners Maguire well, but he's good on the ball. He's physical. He's an improvement. I think Inacio maybe mirrors Martinez more if we're looking at someone to kind of step in Martinez's absence, but he's a decent centre-back, and it's not going to impact our chances of getting Todibo and Silva, because this is a different position. This is left centre-back we're seeing him as. And I think Ethan talks on that situation perfectly. He said, don't let the fact that he plays for a struggling Everton side cloud your judgment on Jarrett Branthwaite. He's one of the best under-23 centre-backs in Europe. He's shown his qualities are translatable in both mid-block team in Everton and a high line during his time with both PSV and England under-21 side. One of the best duellers in his age group, both aerially being 6'5" 5, and on the ground duels to his long legs and how effective he is in using them to wrap around the opposition attackers. Big, physical, hard to get by. Some have the frame but are incapable of maximising it to advantage, but Branthwaite takes full advantage of this. Expert box defender, but notably for Manchester United, a top level ground eater, despite deceptive because of his frame, rapid across the ground, closes space so quick, high level, wide space defender, which I think is why Todibo is so attractive. We want people that can defend large spaces at the back. We can push forward, we can really commit an attack because we'll have centre backs that are confident at covering those large spaces, which Branthwaite can do. A new contract might make him expensive, but it's a potentially a decade-long deal because I think he's 21, 22 as well. And I generally think he's a good centre back. He's not in my top 4 choices, but in terms of a left centre back, I'd probably put him second or third. I think, I would rather go for a right centre-back because Varane looks to be leaving. Lindelof is particularly unconvincing, and we've got Martinez at left centre-back, who's one of our most important players, and maybe Inacio mirrors Martinez more. But I do think he's a good centre-back, and I do think Ethan summed that up well. I've done tweets and stuff on Branthwaite, so if we do get linked to him more, I will do a video analysing him. But I saw a lot of negative reactions to this, but I actually think he's a decent player. But yeah, obviously there's Todibo, there's Antonio Silva, but they're right centre-backs. It's not like getting him means we won't get Todibo. I think it will be Todibo and a left centre-back, which could be him, which is the way you've got to look at it as well. Now, I do want to get into the injury latest quickly here. Ornstein said that Wan-Bissaka has received an approach to represent the Democratic Republic of Congo at the African Cup of Nations, but he's yet to make his decision. I think the fact that Wan-Bissaka's been good and he's nowhere near Southgate's looking, maybe he'll move to DR Congo and play for them if he wants international team. But also if I'm Wan-Bissaka, I'm thinking, well, actually, do I really want to play for DR Congo? Do I want to go to African Cup of Nations and risk losing my place to Delo? I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with Wan-Bissaka. I kind of hope he doesn't go just because we need him. But knowing our luck, he'll probably go with Amrabat, Mejbri and Onana. For Gunnar Pelistri, reportedly got an injury in international duty. I mean, maybe Ten Hag probably wouldn't have played him anyway, but it's just frustrating because I think he's our best right wing option at the moment. And he was really good in international duty. And we know that Luke Shaw is back, and Ten Hag said that Luke Shaw has been training with the team for about 2 weeks, and we're quite hopeful he'll return to the squad. I've always said with Luke Shaw, please don't rush him back because this injury he picked up was something to do with his broken leg, and I don't want it to be like Martinez where we rush Shaw back too quickly. It makes that injury worse and he's out for a long time. Always be careful with Luke Shaw. But we've spoken about it before. Luke Shaw's return is going to be massive for United. Martinez's return is going to be massive for United. And as a United fan, I generally feel quite positive despite the negativity and the negative starts of the season. Obviously, we didn't get Qatar, we didn't get the full sale, we didn't get this, we didn't get that. But I think you got to look at it. Hopefully the right January investment. Players return from injury. We get good structure and we've just got to be as positive as we can. And yeah, clear out the deadwood, get some good players in. And yeah, smash a like, smash a subscribe. See you next time. Bye.